Go.
I almost said nightcap again. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Nightcap podcast. We should just change it back. Fuck it.
That's our subtitle.
Right.
Maybe you change it back to nightcap. Nate won't be such an asshole.
Oh, maybe.
No comment.
He really ran with that shit show moniker.
So did Siraj. Yeah. It's supposed to be a shit show.
I'm supposed to be abusive to you guys. Whoa, wait, what? I'm supposed to talk to you guys like shit.
Ooh, can I turn
Episode
my
22.
level? Ooh, can I turn-
Episode 22. She got them 22s. We on 22. You guys don't know that song?
Nope.
Ross.
No, can I turn my levels down a little bit? I'm a little hot.
Yeah, turn it down.
Oh, yeah, you're way hot.
Yeah. Nope, up more.
Up more?
Up more. There. Thank you.
This
Sounds
episode
like the
is brought
beginning of
to
a rap song. Yo, turn my headset up.
Yo, turn my mic up.
Uh-huh.
Down.
Yeah. Episode's brought to you by
Another one.
us. I really didn't have a sponsor. I was just-
The Dead Palace, coming
Yeah.
October 27th.
there you go.
It's
Yeah.
done, bitch. It's done.
Sounds like shit.
Good.
It's getting sent to the printer tomorrow. It was supposed to be today, but we got tomorrow. 146 pages.
I can't wait to see it.
101 pages of all new art.
I think I bought the last one. Where is it?
Rough and tumble.
Rough and Tumble.
It's somewhere.
It's somewhere. I need to find it.
It's working as a door jam somewhere.
Yeah, right?
It's holding a table up.
That's terrible, man. Oh, man. Episode 22. Special guest, Caleb. Thank you for coming through.
What's up? No problem, man.
Welcome back.
At Lubwub.
Yep.
Lubwub.
LUBWUB.
There you go. I'm in a good mood today.
I had a weird day.
I slept for like 4 hours in the middle of the day.
Damn.
I slept for about maybe 2 hours in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
I slept for 4 hours last night.
I slept for 3 hours last night, and that's why I slept for 4 hours in the middle of the day.
I woke up early to play the new Sea of Thieves expansion. Nobody was on. So then I just went on about my day. I was like, fuck, I lost sleep for this?
Yeah.
And then, anyway. So I'll play that when I go home.
Yeah. Sarah came in town, and she stopped by last night, and we hung out, went to Mission Taco, which is amazing to me that on a Wednesday night, Mission Taco was packed until the time they closed.
Because you're the only
Dope.
person in the city that doesn't like it. Has that changed?
Yeah, and here's why. I asked, can I get all these tacos on flour? And they're like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
That's the only reason you didn't like it was corn.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I feel like I asked before, and they said they didn't
It
have
also
it when
sounds
it
like you
first
just
opened.
ordered every taco on the menu.
I did order every taco.
Did you?
She did. Like, I had a habanero chicken,
Was it happy hour?
brisket. Yeah.
So it only cost you like $12.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, like I ordered like six tacos.
Yeah.
And it was
$2 tacos, so it's $12.
Yeah, it was great.
I worked there for a day.
Yeah.
Not
for me. I worked for a Radio Shack for 2.5 hours. They gave me my first 15, and I said, I'm not coming back.
I think Grant worked there, and his first day was 9/11. And everybody was coming in to buy radios, and he didn't come back the next day. Like, it was chaos.
Yeah. Well,
Something
it's a terrible job. Like Radio Shack, like
Rest
it's
in-
all
rest in
commission
peace.
based. It's all commission based.
Commission based?
Like,
To
it's
sell
like-
a 25-cent adapter?
Some old man who really like everyone else goes to Best
What's
Buy.
the difference between RJ11 and RJ45?
There you go. Well, I guess we're gonna.
One's a telephone cable, one's a network cable, by the way.
Thank you. We're gonna start with sex.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Sexual
Let's talk about
misconduct.
you and me.
It's a great song.
You dig deep for that one?
No, it was right there.
No, weird.
Right on the tip of my tongue, as it were.
I want to die. I want to die.
What you doing over there, Nate?
I'm setting up my live because we didn't have time to set up. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I meant to go live, and I didn't.
Good story.
Tune in next week when he tries again.
Try this again.
Boom. I'm down. I'm live. Let's go.
Oops. I don't really want to be on me though. That's not gonna be on anybody. I'm not going live. All right.
No.
I need like a tripod for a
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're dope.
Yeah. All right. So Brett Kavanaugh. Am I saying it right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, you can say it however you want. We know what you're talking about.
Let's talk about it.
It's been a weird day, man. It's been a hard day for a lot of people.
For people who
Yeah.
don't know, tell us what this is about.
Trump's Supreme Court appointee, Brett Kavanaugh, has been accused by 5 women of sexual misconduct,
The most prominent being,
rape.
oh, no, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
A woman sharing a story from when they were in high school 36 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Now she's a professor somewhere at a university, and she told her whole story on camera today, and it was fucking heartbreaking, including him, and it was a team effort with him and his friends, and laughter was involved.
Yeah, I heard there was lines gangbang lines.
Yeah.
Like they'll get girls fucked up and just.
Like the basement of their frat house.
But see, this sounds like
was
something.
the rape basement.
This sounds like something that like hard to believe that happened and no one told anyone when it happened. No.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think frats are a lot shittier than people think they are.
Like one third of all rapes are
Unreported.
Unreported. So 33%. Let's say there's millions a year. Hundreds of thousands of these things don't go reported. Or say 3 million rapes happen, 1 million rapes aren't being talked about. It's a lot. You know? Mm-hmm. There's a good chance somebody you know has never told you, but they have been. Somebody close.
No, 2 million aren't talked about.
Yeah. Well, whatever the numbers are, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So like, yeah, it's bad, and because there's nothing really to gain by telling anybody except for confidence or pouring your heart out or some kind of recovery. And the longer you go, that's like if I told you my name was Steve, the longer you call me Ben, the weirder it's gonna be that I tell you. It's nothing like that, but like the longer I go from not telling you the truth, it's gonna get weirder, right? Mm-hmm. So like it just gets harder the further apart it goes, and then. Now that there's a pattern of people not believing people when they come out, oh, it's so long ago. Well, then why fucking say anything? Nobody's going to believe you anyway. Just keep it to yourself and suffer, right? And then when you do come out, you got to go on camera and relive the whole thing and re-traumatize yourself all over again. I bet she's going to have to go back in therapy for this. She had to sit in front of like 12 crusty old white men and cry in front of them.
Well, I thought they switched them out for some females.
There's the Republicans had one female talk for them, but there was still a line of white men up above her on a fucking altar, staring at her, asking her questions like, they were laughing at you. What's the worst thing you felt? How did you really feel? And these weird old fucking satanic voices, dude. It was fucking rough. It was rough to watch. It was crazy. These old, man, their line of questions was awful. And then Brett gets all in his feelings and starts shaking and screaming and crying. And every woman behind him and is just do that like fucking, are you fucking serious face? Every woman behind Brett's like, yo, maybe you should calm your ass down. Nothing says I'm guilty like crying when you're accused and losing control.
I don't think that
What
means
would
you're-
his
I don't
react-
think- I don't think that means you're guilty.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Like, what would the reaction be if you're not guilty and they're making that shit up? Like, you're just mad.
You ever
like,
seen a dude who was innocent, convicted or sentenced to death row? They fucking cry
Yeah,
a lot,
yeah.
That's
and
death
they
row.
scream and they shake.
Yeah.
Or prison. Well, prison sentence.
I mean, the worst thing that you can do, like, that's the top 10 things you can accuse me of that I'm going to be upset about is fucking raping someone. Like,
Yeah.
that's nothing to, like, I pride myself on never raping anyone. Like,
yeah,
what the
I don't think that his reaction is indicative of his innocence or guilt. But
I know if it was a woman, the media would have called it a meltdown, but they're not going to do that. Because that's what they called Serena Williams' meltdown on the court. It was a meltdown, a woman losing control. When like every major tennis star has done that in the history of ever.
Worse, taking
but
the
because
shirts
Serena
off.
did it was called a meltdown.
Yeah.
So this is going to be him being passionate. But no, he melted. He melted. He's receiving the highest honor in the land, basically next to presidency, and he melted down. He lost control, and he's supposed to be the guy that keeps control and judges, whatever. Anyway, we've gone down too deep already, but
yeah, I think dude being emotional is not bad though. Just saying, like,
I think it's
a weird thing to like expect him to keep it together because he's a dude.
So what's going to happen is the fact that this came up. Do you think he should not be? I mean, obviously he shouldn't be given a seat or whatever it is that he's up for, right?
No,
Like,
I mean,
is it like that? Just like, okay, well, this happened, and they're saying this, so now you don't get it.
well.
I think if you're gonna make a decision, you have to investigate and be able to say with surety, right?
proving,
Like,
yeah.
you can't just be
Unless
like,
we have time travel, there's no way to find out that it happened one way or the other.
I mean, we
That- you can't say
convicted
that.
Bill.
How?
We convicted Cosby, bro.
Right.
But how?
I don't know how they convict Cosby.
Exactly. Off of word.
No, that was a question.
Word of mouth. Like, I mean, the words of
I don't know.
the people.
That can't be all there was. It can't be.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But there's no evidence. There's no Monica Lewinsky
I don't know.
dress.
See, that's the problem. We in this conversation have too many I don't knows.
I think
So
that's
it's
that's the point of the whole thing.
There's no DNA testing, bro. There's no concrete evidence that Cosby did any of that shit.
There's no way to go back 36 years and find evidence today. Period.
All right. Well, then let's look at the statistics. What they say? 6% of rapes are falsely claimed, right? So you can maybe go back and say that you might be able to investigate one rape, and say that maybe that was false, but 5. Now you're pushing the numbers, right?
I mean,
and he just happened to have a van saying "Women for Kavanaugh" and T-shirts made, like, and a list of people that said he didn't rape them. Like, it's all really. His defense is more convenient than the offense or whatever, the offending party, whatever. What am I trying to say? The accusatory party, the victims. People are saying the victims are organized, but this dude had T-shirts and a list of people. And some fucking fake-ass calendar. He said, party wasn't written on my calendar. I couldn't have been there.
Like you're going to write party or rape on the calendar.
Right.
Like, it's kind of insane.
It's insane.
The calendar part was insane. Like, that's terrible.
No, like, good job, dude.
Like, why do you have a calendar from 37 years ago anyway?
You don't.
I know it's guilty, and I know it's innocent until proven guilty, right? That's the way our land is supposed to work, even though it's very much kind of slanting the other direction lately. But who is it helping to... who are you who are you helping? What's the worst that's going to happen to this guy? He doesn't get to become a judge. His life's not ruined. He just doesn't get to become a judge. He can go on doing whatever he was doing.
No, he can't. He's a judge. Period.
Okay, so now he's not a supreme whatever the.
Do you think he's going to be able to be a judge anywhere?
Well, if it's guilty, should he?
Well, how about this?
Like,
well, the problem is it's not. The problem isn't that like if it's guilty, should he? The problem is like, regardless, both of these people's lives are severely impacted by this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the ambiguity of the issue and being that there's no real way to know if someone's telling the truth or not.
Well, okay.
Well, how do you convict Cosby of jail time and not Brett Kavanaugh? Like, it's literally, it seems to me like the exact same thing. Something happened a long time ago.
Cosby had a lot of people talking about.
So does Kavanaugh.
So why is she doing this then?
5 compared to like.
Why would she lie?
A couple dozen.
Why is she
Doesn't
lying?
matter, though.
Why is she lying right now? Why? It's not for money. She's not asking for money. She's not asking for a payment, reparations, nothing.
There's a strategic. I'm not saying I believe this. There is a strategic reason that she would come up now, right before his confirmation to the Supreme Court of the United States of America.
Yeah.
He hasn't. You said it earlier. He literally hasn't been anybody until 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So it took her a week to go. No, I don't want to do that, and then say something. And then a week later, we had a hearing. Like. The strategy, the timing of it is so that it's placed right before he's about to become part of the Supreme Court, and so like all this shit has to happen, all this doubt and aspersions cast, and like.
Well, she's speaking up now because she doesn't want it to happen.
Sure, but your question was like, what is the strategic gain? He doesn't get.
Well, not strategic, honestly. What does she have to gain by this? She's gotten death threats and had to move her family into safety because of this shit. Who's going to willingly do that? That's like saying being gay is a choice. You really want to be like harassed your entire life? That's a choice? No.
Right.
You don't voice your opinion. And then have all of the fucking right-wing fucking nutbags on the internet harass you the rest of your life on strategy. Like how much? There's not enough money in the world. I don't know. She's already had to live through the horror once. Now she's living through it again, and now she's got the wrath of the internet against her. Literal death threats. We all know how this works. Gamergate, Comicgate, all this shit. Women get death threats for speaking their voice or whatever.
Apparently, Kavanaugh's wife's gotten death threats and shit too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's no right way
So
to attack someone.
The optimal ending is he doesn't get the seat. Because you don't want someone in charge of shit with this background.
Sure. I just think the statistics being so low about rape claims being false, you're not helping anybody by saying, yeah, but what if he didn't? No, fuck you.
Right.
No. Let's just say he did. 5 women said he did.
Good men do not get accused of rape. Simple.
That's not true either.
No one gets accused of rape
Yeah,
for
6%
no reason.
is the number. 6%.
No, like there are like hang on, like you can't like make a blanket statement like that when like
Some
there are cases of that.
I'm sure there has, right?
I mean, of course, like a girl who says she's got robbed by 3 black men, and it just happened, and she was lying her ass off because she.
Yeah,
right.
There was a kid electric chaired in the '60s because a girl said he raped him, and he was like 10 years old.
She was 14 or something.
Emmett
Like that. It was crazy. Yeah.
You know, Emmett Till got killed for catcalling.
Mm-hmm. So it happens.
Because she said it, and
but look at those situations versus this one, right? This isn't some petty robbery. This isn't some petty woman. She's a working woman in her field, and she thought she got over it. Somebody called into MSNBC today. Said she was 67 years old. She got raped in the 2nd grade, and she fell apart on the phone telling the anchor about the story. She's saying, because of this thing happening on TV today, I had to relive all of it. Like, you never forget.
No.
She was 67. She got raped in the 2nd grade, and she still fell apart telling the story on live TV.
No, I know women who've had these horrible had this happen to them, and then they're not the same.
Right.
Like
And we're gonna
they
say,
never get over it for one. Like, and how could they?
And we're
We
gonna
don't
give the.
We don't
Sorry.
have that possibility of it happening to us.
Well,
Like it's very
it
low.
can happen, but
it's
yeah,
very low. I mean, I've been in situations where it was raped. It was rape.
Yeah.
And it bothered. It wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
And
To you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah. Just to be clear.
yeah,
Right.
like it's so no one is. I don't know. It's for one, it's hard to prove that long ago. But two, no one really plays with stuff like that, and multiple people saying it. There has to be some truth to it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it just feels it feels shitty because like she's not gonna get justice, right?
If he doesn't get put in, that's justice to me.
That's
is
not
justice.
justice for her.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Like
Hang on. You can't imagine that a woman who is raped by a man thinks that
Well,
him
not equal
getting
justice.
a
know.
job is justice.
Not
There's
equal,
no way.
Not equal justice, but it's still.
Right.
She still set out to stop it, and it happened. If it happens,
So did she set out to stop it, or did she set out to let people know that he raped her? Do you know what I mean? Like, if she's saying
Okay, but look
this,
at the timing.
If she's saying this to stop what's happening to him, that's different than bringing it up so that it is tried in court.
I don't think
And
she's
I'm
doing
not- I'm
that.
not
I don't think
saying-
she's pressing charges. I don't think
So why'd she bring it up?
so that he doesn't get elected, because he's a fucking sexual predator, and maybe this guy shouldn't be in charge of putting other people.
It was high school too.
Okay, but it continued in college.
People have said it has continued in college. Yes.
There's 5 actual accounts now, 5 actual accusations. It's up
Yes.
to we're up to 5. It's going quick. So, and that's damning. That's really damning.
Yeah. No, it is.
And I don't know, like, I don't know of a single I don't know a lot of women, to be honest, but I can't think of a single woman that would say, I love the Democratic Party so much, I'm going to throw my life under the bus for, let's say, I don't know what, a paycheck, and we're going to ruin my life to fake a rape claim.
Yeah.
Like, that's
No,
ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not just money. You're effectively, your life's being ruined by speaking out. So and giving an old crusty white guy who's probably had a pretty nice life the benefit of the doubt doesn't help fucking anybody. And it continues the rape culture that women just can't be trusted.
Yeah.
And that's damning. That's hurtful. So fuck them. And just get a new guy.
Just get another.
Just get a new.
Like,
fuck them.
There's got to be so many other people they could choose.
And
Yeah.
you saw his testimonies before today when Kamala Harris was trying to ask him, have you ever dealt with the law firm that Trump's lawyer is a part of? And he's like, which one? And she names the one, and he's like, well, I don't know who worked there, so I can't tell you if I've ever. Like,
Fucking
motherfucker,
stupid.
have you or have you not?
It's a circus of clowns, man. Everyone Trump surrounds himself with are a bunch of fucking
Criminals,
idiots. Fucking
actually.
idiots.
Criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're all
That too.
idiots and like not all criminals, but if they're not an idiot, they're a criminal, and some idiots are criminal. It's a mess. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like why we allow him to keep doing what he's doing.
It's said that this guy's in place because he will protect Trump against Mueller.
This is the same guy that said that birth control causes abortion.
There is an abortion. Birth control is an abortion.
What a fucking idiot.
Right.
Like, this dude, fuck
That's-
this guy. Like, Supreme Court decides on shit like birth control, like, which is going to be huge coming up. And, like, talking about going back on Roe v. Wade and shit
Yeah.
like that. Like, this guy doesn't need to fucking be there because he thinks the way he thinks.
And we wonder why women that have been assaulted by him are speaking up now.
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
it's
sure.
absolutely justified.
Because
I
he
wanna
wasn't
clarify-
making waves 2 weeks ago. Now it's time. Now is the time.
I want to clarify, like, I was being devil's advocate earlier. Like, I'm not on this guy's side.
It's a dangerous game, friend. Especially when we're only on the
if we're going to have a discussion, though, like, all three of us being like, yep, fuck that guy. Next topic.
Yeah.
Well,
That
no,
sucks.
there's no need to play devil's advocate. I just want to hear everyone's perspective
Yeah.
on it. Like,
Yeah.
there's no reason to take a false perspective
Sure.
for the sake of entertainment, because that's
Sure.
not entertaining. But,
Yeah.
I mean, we're smart enough to take perspectives and see other people's perspective on it. I'm smart enough to say, well, what if he didn't do it? You know, my mind's going to work that
Yeah,
way.
that's what I did in our group chat, Ben.
Yeah.
Me being like, yo, like the thing that I don't want to say even makes me uncomfortable, but like the way the public reacts to things on the internet is that like they are swift and enforce their own version of justice, and like a lot of the Me Too movement is very important, and I'm happy that it's happening, and that people that don't need to be in the positions that they're in are no longer in the positions they're in. Like, that shit is good. Keep ousting these people. Get them the fuck out. But there was a moment, I think it was the Aziz Ansari story, that was like,
yeah, we pulled the trigger on that a little too quick.
Like, that wasn't rape. It's like every account of the story was like, man, that just sounds like a really awkward, like, both of y'all were drunk, bad sexual interactions.
It was a bad date.
And so, like, there was a part
and
of
it was one story. It's
yeah,
not like a bunch
no
of
one
women
else was. Yeah, no one else
came up behind her and went, "Yeah, her, this."
Yeah.
No.
So that was a brief moment I had that was like, oh shit! Like, the internet is violently vengeful, and like is the internet's violently vengeful, and like I don't want. It's a shitty, it's hard to even say it because it sounds like I'm being super devil advocate, and like I don't believe that's a thing. But like the way the internet acts before learning worries me that like somebody who does have somebody does have a shitty agenda might someday. And I can't say more.
The highest court of public opinion that I've seen in my life. You know,
isn't that where the FBI comes in? Right. I mean,
the
it's
Bureau
the FBI.
of Investigation.
It's the FBI, right? And I'm pretty sure if you're going to stack up,
they haven't investigated yet, have they?
No, but I mean, in any situation, right?
Yeah.
And this is the same week that Bill Cosby received his sentence of 3 to 10 years, which is one of our topics also. Might as well roll right into that, huh?
Just roll right into it.
So justice is served, and it felt really weird to hear people clap to that because it's
not good.
It's not a great thing.
No.
But it is.
It's like liking a person's post about like family dying. Like, I don't want to like this because it's sad, but I'm like, that's not a good metaphor.
No, it's not.
But like,
it's justice for a lot of women.
Yeah.
He was it 16, 19 women or something like that came forward.
It's a lot of women.
And that's just, now let's go back on our numbers. That's just the ones that spoke up.
Yeah.
There's still women that were touched by Cosby that didn't say shit.
I've been seeing a lot of mixed reaction to this. A lot of people are defending Bill Cosby and saying, well, if you're going to lock Bill Cosby up, how about all these guys,
sure.
Harvey Weinsteins, the Brett Kavanaughs, Kavanaughs, excuse me, and all the other white men, which is sure, right?
Yeah.
But
please,
yeah, I mean I think that's a whole different argument, and that needs to be had.
But I think
as well, but not right now.
I think I just saw they got Weinstein on another charge.
Did y'all hear what
what
fucking Cosby's defense attorney said?
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, he said they persecuted Jesus too. Y'all saw what happened.
Well, if that's what you believe, I guess.
Fucking God.
He just compared Cosby to Jesus.
There's been a lot of really
he was
weird.
America's dad. It's kind of.
There's been a lot of weird attorney talks. And
not a lot of women's rights back in the Jesus times either. Maybe there's more analogies than.
Is Bill Cosby the second coming? I'm sorry, that's a bad joke. That's a really bad joke.
So
take it back. I take it back.
The judge said, and during sentencing, that you don't even show remorse for this. Like, there's no remorse in Bill Cosby's face. He didn't really react.
Interesting.
Which is very interesting.
That's a sign of a sociopath.
Oh, for sure.
Well,
for sure.
Lack of emotion.
He's not going to prison. There's no way he's going to prison.
Well,
there's a good chance that the lack of emotion was also just an admittance of guilt, right? Like when you call somebody on their shit and they don't have a defense, they just go.
I mean,
they just sit there.
Yeah. If you're a child, most adults say something like.
No, man, that's called embarrassment. It's called.
So you think he was embarrassed?
Guilt. I don't know. Probably not.
I don't think he was embarrassed.
I think there's a chance that he knew, like.
I mean, he's an old guy. He might die in prison.
He's already partially blind.
Yeah, he's pretty
fucked up.
Cataracts really bad.
One foot,
look like glazed donuts.
1 foot in the door.
Size look like glazed donuts.
I mean, so justice was served. That does bring up the argument. So listen, Bill Cosby guilty. Put him in jail. No debate. Boom, in jail. No debate.
Well, hold on. What do you mean? Lots of debate. There's years of debate.
There shouldn't be debate. No. Like he did it. I mean, there's so many people.
We got a jury of people to agree.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Done.
It couldn't go. It could have went a different way. Could have went the Michael Jackson way. We'll talk about that in a second. the argument that I do see a lot of is, well, what if? What about these guys? Which I think, when do you bring that up? When can we have that conversation?
It feels strange to do it now.
I mean, it's a
I
race
understand-
conversation, especially with Brett in this public eye.
Yeah.
You have Trump on record saying he grabs women by the pussies.
Right.
Okay, so we have the Me Too movement. This is the sexual misconduct is the topic of 2018.
Yep.
And 17.
And 17.
And 16.
When do we like?
Well, we just need one big white superstar to burn. That's all. That's what people are saying. So
Harvey Weinstein doesn't count?
So he should be locked up.
No, but
he's
he should be
not.
locked up.
He's not.
But I don't think it was rape, though. It was I'm drinking off in front of you. So you get punished for that. But
Yeah.
drugging them and
It
penetration.
sounds like Brett was raping.
Yes, but we're not-
Like
we're not-
100%.
No, but if you
Get someone drunk, what's different than giving them a pill?
right. But if you listen to her, I listened to her testimony and I read it and like, it sounded like it was a sexual assault. She said it sounded like he had trouble getting her out of her clothes and then they left, or no, somehow they fell off. She got out from underneath and she hid in the bathroom until they left. And somehow
Sounds like rape, like a rape situation. It's rapey.
But in reading that, I don't remember reading that this conversation sucks.
There's no actual sexual intercourse.
Yeah, it didn't sound like any intercourse happened
well.
in the reading.
All right.
Which, it's still shitty and fucking awful.
Well, we'll see what the other 5 women have to say.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
When it goes from high school to college and it turns into a rape dungeon.
So, for the sake of time, we need to move on. But I do want to get to Michael Jackson, so I'm going to shelf that for another episode because I have strong feelings about my hate for Michael Jackson.
Oh, we can get...
No, we for the sake of time.
Okay.
We have Alaska man pleads guilty to assaulting woman and gets a pass. So, did you guys read the article?
No.
Did I not attach an article?
Yeah, no, which one? Who was it?
Alaska. He's an Alaskan guy, and let me tell you. I can recap the story.
Yeah, I'm sure the readers or the listeners want to know also.
Yeah, I'll recap the story. He's at a gas station. Woman looks distraught. Something Middle Eastern woman, maybe Indian, not sure. I can't remember the story off the top like that. But person of color. He said she's stranded, I think, and he was like, "Do you need a ride?" And she was like, "Yeah." So he gets in the car. She tells him where to go. He doesn't go there. Goes to a one-way street, middle of nowhere. Grabs her,
most of Alaska.
takes her out of the car, and chokes her and says, "I'm going to kill you." She passes out. He masturbates on her. She wakes up to him coming on her, and he says, I didn't want to kill you, but I need you to believe you're going to die," and leaves. Right? He gets caught. He gets arrested. And fast forward, I guess about a year, the judge gives him 0 jail time. And the district attorney says, we felt that it's unlikely that he'll do it again, and we're going to give him a pass.
Right.
The district attorney literally used the word pass.
You know what's going to happen?
What's going to
He's
happen?
going to kill someone.
Yeah.
He's going to follow through with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kim watches enough of these murder things. I know exactly what's going to happen.
But isn't it, I mean, what's your reaction on that? I mean, what the fuck?
That's the way our justice system goes, man. White guys get 10 strikes, right? And women of color have it probably the hardest of anybody in this country.
Oh, yeah.
Women, strike 1. Person of color, strike 2 and 3. That's it. That's it.
So the world is like...
Oh, then if you just happen to be Muslim, strike 4, 5, 6. Like, it's just, you're...
The world is collectively like, what the fuck, right? There's got to be some way to no. Someone needs to come through.
Retroactively prosecute.
Someone needs to come through and change that verdict and punish these lawmakers that are in that position in charge of that case. There has to be something greater. Like, we can't just have this keep happening where, like, people are getting these passes.
Well, the light side to the internet being this this Molotov cocktail in a very thin glass is that maybe this guy's somebody finds him on the internet and they just fucking ruin his life, as the internet can do, right?
Yeah.
Maybe this guy just has to go off the grid and live in the mountains by himself, in which case he probably won't do it again because he's been run off.
Could you imagine the horror of that happening?
No.
To you or someone you love?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's encouraging to me at all.
Like, that's fucking fucked up. He gets a pass. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's not encouraging at all. I don't, man.
Been a weird week, man.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to some lighter topics.
Okay.
Some stuff that we can enjoy talking about.
I started this
debating.
fucking podcast by being like, I'm having a pretty good day. Now I'm like,
Murder, death, rape.
Well, I mean, that's the sign, the tone of right now. Like, it's literally the tone of what's happening right now.
Someone said something about Elon Musk getting caught up in tax evasion.
No.
Fraud. I think that's the SEC.
Tax fraud, yeah.
SEC's suing him for libel because he's making false claims on Twitter about his companies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if they could do that to our president, that'd be nice.
He's
SEC sues Elon Musk for fraud, seeks removal from Tesla.
Damn.
That's not gonna happen.
No.
I would like to see that company run by somebody else.
Hold on. He'll get removed from Tesla, and he'll just tell him what to do from his house.
Yeah.
There was proxy.
I mean, I don't know, man. Well, I need more information before we can talk about that.
Also, like,
It just broke, so who knows?
yeah.
Well, we got 2 comics topics.
DC's new Joker, Joaquin Phoenix.
I love Joaquin Phoenix. So
Do you love Joaquin
Yeah,
Phoenix?
sure.
Yeah,
you
he's great.
love him?
yeah,
I like him too.
Yeah, Ben's
But-
like, I would marry him. If you love him so much, why don't you marry him?
All right, so fuck one Joker, marry one Joker. Okay.
fuck, Mary, kill Jokers.
Fuck, marry, kill Jokers.
I like this.
Fuck Heath Ledger because he's beautiful. Wait, Jokers. Sorry, let me. Fuck, marry, kill the Jokers is so bad.
That's harsh.
It's terrible.
I also morally don't like talking about rape and then playing fuck, marry, kill. I feel bad
Yes.
inside about
Yes.
that.
Yeah, that wasn't a serious
Okay.
question
Moving
for
on.
one.
We're gonna go this way.
But let's talk about Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker.
Yo, that still of him with the green hair and the
You like it?
God, it's
Yeah,
terrifying.
I like the visual so far.
You like the visuals so far? Okay. I like the visuals too.
Yeah,
I guess my problem lies with the fact that they're even doing it to begin with.
because it's not connected to the DCEU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I have a big problem with these outside of universes they're trying to build.
Yeah.
Like,
See, but like,
Yeah, but the inside universe hasn't been stellar either. So
that's
do
the-
whatever you want, please.
all right. So
That's- why can't DC keep it consistent?
Here's a
like,
thought.
what was wrong with Jared Leto?
he didn't get enough screen time. That's what's wrong.
Yeah,
He was every bit of magic for that time he was on screen.
one of my students didn't like him. I was like, "Are you crazy? He's a perfect 2017 Joker.
Yeah, his laugh is great too.
Gold teeth.
Here's a little bit of
Lamborghinis.
Oh, dude, the fucking smile on his hand.
I love that.
That's pretty good. If I had tattoos all over my body, I would consider that my first hand tattoo. That'd be great.
I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you, really bad. No.
So good. Come on, guys. What are we
It's really
talking
good.
about?
Yep.
That's really good.
that
No,
movie
so
watchable.
here's an interesting a thought. Marvel's Cinematic Universe has dictated for us what DC needs to do to be good.
Yeah.
Right?
That's been your point for a while.
Marvel is out of character. Let's be honest. Comics do not run the same run for 11 years now? 20 movies?
10 going to 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
And like
but
DC's just like, you want to make a Batman movie? Go. Go.
That's how
go,
comics
go.
work.
That's
Think
how
about
fucking
it.
comics work, though. So like, we want a universe in DC because Marvel like did a thing that comics don't do.
But how
They did a thing
corny?
that like movies do.
How
Well,
corny
well-
is 2 iterations of Fantastic Four? Right? How corny is that? How terrible is that?
That's Marvel.
Well, look at it. Okay, look at it
I
from a different.
know, but I'm just saying, like,
Look at it from a different perspective.
look how much we enjoy the continued universe.
There's 10. It takes
Yeah.
10 to 40 issues to explain Civil War. Like there's the 10 on the main arc.
Yeah.
And then there's all the side stories.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like there's Captain America, Civil War, and then whatever. Right. So it takes a long time to tell the story. And if Harry Potter can go on for 10 years because it's got 8 books and it's one universe, and then we can have a Marvel story take a while. And maybe they close it up one day, or maybe they won't. Maybe they probably won't at this rate. But like I could see them spending a long chunk of time explaining one timeline. You know. But and again, it's the same thing. I don't know. Maybe like Captain America is always Captain America. So regardless of what book
He's
he
not-
shows up
he's
in,
not, though.
not
He's not,
lately,
though.
not lately.
So-
No. Like there's a black
There
Captain
once upon a
America.
time.
No, like Falcon.
Yeah, he becomes,
Yeah.
He becomes Cap. Winter Soldier becomes Cap.
That's a new phenomenon, though.
So here's
Before 2012, Wolverine was always a short, furry white guy. Spider-Man was always a geeky college kid.
But let's talk.
It's always the same. It's always the same.
Let's talk movies.
Now everything's getting put on a slant.
Let's talk movies though. Like, we enjoy the one universe. Why does DC keep splitting off these universes?
Because it doesn't have Kevin Feige.
No, I think it's literally because they haven't found success yet. A lot of people dislike.
But the problem.
Sure, yeah. When you can't say the public gets behind one project and goes, do this, keep doing this.
But they did for Wonder Woman. Like, Wonder Woman
the next
worked.
Wonder Woman looks like it's going to be good.
That's true. It does.
I think that we're in a. I think it's like a trend. Like, no one's going to give DC a fair shot because they keep comparing it to Marvel, which is, I mean, it makes sense. Comics, they're rivals since day one.
I don't know why Christopher Nolan got behind Man of Steel and didn't allow them to work in his Dark Knight universe. Because I get that the Dark Knight was predicated on the most realistic version of Batman that could exist, which is why we didn't get Clayface or Killer Croc.
That's why Scott Scarecrow had gas and
yeah, exactly.
It was very realistic.
Yeah, it was all
and I
based
grounded in
reality.
realism.
Yeah,
and I love that.
But I think that universe could have done really well if fucking Kal-El shows up. Everything's based in reality, and then
how
this
many years
fucking
removed
alien
was it?
shows
Though?
up.
There was years removed from Batman, the last Batman. The Dark Knight
2012
Returns.
like 2000. No.
To
2010 to like 2014 or some shit, like 4 or 5 years.
yeah, so like I understand, and then obviously Christian Bale said, "I'm not doing this anymore." Like that's it, right?
Yeah.
And I think they all kind of wanted to be 3 special movies, trilogy. That's it. And this was in the infant stages of the MCU, so like it wasn't a thing.
Sure.
That movies weren't going 10.
Yeah, well, see what
20.
what the MCU did though is they picked a bunch of people that weren't critically massively successful. Chris Evans had done a few things, wasn't huge. Now he's Captain America. That's what he got famous for, and he's allowed to keep doing that.
Facts.
Tony Stark.
Robert Downey Jr.
He's a big deal.
Robert Downey Jr.
That was a huge dice roll because he was
Yes.
just coming off of a drug addiction, legal problems at his ass.
No,
his
Robert-
career was fucking dying.
Robert Downey Jr. got into that as much as I did. I think because it was a redemption for him as well.
Yeah, and it
Right?
100% worked.
Chris Hemsworth didn't know who he was.
Specimen.
Yeah, other than that. But if you look at like the core Avengers movies and even Guardians of the Galaxy, like they haven't used huge talent. Like Chris Pratt's big now, but like Guardians of the Galaxy was huge because he was on Parks and Rec.
That was a roll of the dice for them too.
Yeah.
They turned him into from a pudgy Andy Dwyer to a fucking svelte.
Yeah, carved fucking.
What's his human name?
Chris, it's
Star-Lord
is Peter Quill.
Peter Quill,
right?
But see, like DC, the DC's issue is, and I get that in a lot of cases they've also done similar stuff, right? But like
We're vaping.
Yeah.
Just want to add that in. All
Yeah,
that
that's
weird
the-
noise you guys hear.
that deep breathing.
We're not Darth Vader, just vapes.
Yeah.
We're not all on respirators.
and I think Marvel movies also have the benefit of being directed by people we didn't really know. We didn't go into Captain America expecting anything.
Yeah,
or Iron Man
Russo
expecting
brothers.
anything.
Right.
Like John Favreau was an established dude and had done some good
But
shit.
he wasn't
nothing that
he wasn't
big.
established as a that big of a director for a
Exactly.
blockbuster. He
Exactly.
wasn't established as a blockbuster director.
And DC was like Zack Snyder. Fuck,
Right.
like two of the biggest comic properties.
I stand behind Man of Steel.
Man of-
stand behind
I
it.
hate the third act. I think-
Dude, the battle between him and Zod, the fact that I realized in the third act that Superman
sorry.
is the villain.
I got it confused with Batman again. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
like,
the movie's pretty good, man.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the best Superman movie I've seen. Fight me.
and like if you
Where
watch,
were you trained?
On a
farm?
if you need to go watch the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2 because it's really similar. It's really good the way him and Zod fight through the city, like punching each other through buildings. It was the best 1980 whatever could have done.
Yeah.
it was good.
There's nothing wrong with Man of Steel. And also I'm gonna say this. I
stop.
don't think there was that much wrong with Batman vs Superman. I literally don't have a problem with
it.
it.
Needed a movie before. Like the thing Marvel
We
did.
don't need Batman's story.
Yeah, dude.
Like we
got
don't need
70
that.
years of
You
Batman.
guys are
We
wrong.
don't need
you guys
that.
are wrong.
No,
you guys
you're
are
wrong.
No, think about.
No, you are.
Think about the Batman we've gotten. Right, we've got Batman Returns, the Joel Schumacher Batmans,
Pure trash.
Forever,
and then
Batman and
Chri-
Robin.
and then
Nolan.
then Nolan.
Nolan's trilogy, yeah.
So we've got
And all the animated series, right? Does those
We've
count?
got all the animated fucking Superman too. That doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like
I don't need to see his parents die again.
no, we
I
don't
don't need to see his
we
crying
don't.
kid again.
We don't. But we got another fucking Spider-Man movie with a new Spider-Man, and it was
With
good.
no
and
history.
It had nothing to do with his history.
That's
So what
exactly
do
what
you-
I'm
so what are you
saying.
saying?
So
saying that
you're
you-
agreeing with me.
No, so saying that you can't make a Batman movie and not rehash shit is bullshit. Because they made
I'm
a Spider.
confused.
No, okay. Hear
me out. Hang on.
I'm confused too because
Hear
you're
me out.
kind of
Hear me out.
agreeing with me, yet you're disagreeing.
No, I'm not. They made another Spider-Man movie, and you said you don't need another Batman movie.
No, I don't need a history movie. I don't need another history
don't
of
need
it.
You didn't say
backstory.
that.
I did say that.
That's what I heard too.
Okay, I didn't say
I don't need a
didn't-
backstory.
I didn't say I wanted a Batman backstory movie.
You said you needed another movie before Batman vs Superman.
Yes.
Like what?
Because I hadn't met their Batman yet.
You just did, and I like the fact that I met him.
But-
I met him post.
Why the fuck is he
Prime.
killing people? That's something you need to explain for Batman. He does. That's his number one fucking rule throughout his character's history. He doesn't kill people or use guns, and he straight up fucking shoots people.
Nearly the very first time I saw Batman in the cinematic world, he was killing people. Now I understand the comics; they don't. But 1989, Michael Keaton was offing the fuck out of niggas.
Dude, he put a
He threw a
cartoonish.
dude in a hole with a grenade.
Yeah,
Like-
he put a cartoonish stick of dynamite in a guy's pants and pushed him in a manhole.
Yeah, you're dead.
And then he turned the Batmobile around, cartoonishly slow, I might add, around on a pivot, and then lit the guy up with the afterburner. Like, Batman's killed people.
He's a mass murderer.
And if you've played the Arkham games, those guys' lives might as well be ruined, the way he beats on them. Like,
low key, you get a bonus on Spider-Man PS4 for knocking people off the roof.
That's true.
They're dying.
No, they're not.
no.
No, if you watch them fall, they get zipped to the building.
Okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though: the movies that have had Batman in it, where he's killing people, have never discussed that, and they've never been like
It's just a matter of fact.
opaque. They've been like, "Oh, that guy's probably dead."
Yeah, I
Batman
think that's-
shoots a fucking dude in the head
That shit was the
in
hardest.
Batman vs Superman.
Hey, that
And
dude
don't get me
stabbed
wrong,
him and he like charged him against the wall and pinned him and stabbed him back.
Yeah.
Or that
Or-
shit was
He
hard.
grappled that car full of guys and dragged it behind the Batmobile.
Hey, no, I'm gonna go watch that.
That was
movie
a
when I get
martini
home.
shaker of bad guy. That's what happened.
Yeah.
a bloody ne'er do well.
I mean, we need to get our boy Fleet in here for this conversation because the imposed morality of Batman is a farce, and I think that to say that he doesn't kill people has just as many pro and con arguments throughout the lineage of Batman.
Listen,
this
I don't
is the
need
thing,
I don't
though.
need both my superheroes being wholesome guys.
No.
Like Superman
No.
doesn't kill,
don't need that.
which made Man of Steel even
'Cause he had to
more
kill-
amazing.
He had to kill a
right?
Kryptonian. Yeah.
It broke him. You could see like he did not want to do that. That was amazing. But I don't need Batman to be like that either. Like he
No, you guys are severely limiting like the creative possibilities of making a Batman movie that's very clear that he's not a good fucking dude.
he's broken.
How much would you watch a Batman movie where he's fucking Walter White the whole time, offing people and not making excuses?
Dude, this
That Batman movie would be fucking great. We didn't get
So,
enough of that in Batman
I think we
vs.
had
Superman.
enough to enjoy it though. What they gave us was enough. We meet this older Batman, older than all the other Batmans we've ever seen. And like he has to work 10 times harder. He's in more pain than he's ever been in, and he's fucking broken.
old
The
man.
Joker has broken him. Like
think-
all the villains has broken him.
What did
We will
Joker
get
do?
We'll get back to that.
We're
We
not
don't
gonna.
need that.
We're not
Yeah,
gonna.
I probably won't now.
Yeah, we fucked up.
But,
the fans fucked up.
I think everybody here is right.
the
in a
fans
w-
fucked up being overcritical.
But what if they'd started with that?
Sorry, Ben.
I think everybody here is right in a way. Caleb is right in that it would be awesome to see how this Batman got to this point.
Which we deserve.
Tech's also right that we're well versed in Batman. We don't need to know because we know basically in the back of our minds we'd want to see it, but we don't need it.
See, that's why it was.
And at the same time, we're at the victim of an executive choice because the executives wanted to make a Dark Knight Returns story.
Yeah.
And that story is an old Batman who wants
Yeah.
to give up, and he's old and ripped and cut up and grizzled, whatever.
I don't know.
And he's at the end of his rope and he's killing people now. So
Yeah.
like that's the Frank Miller story. That's the one they chose to
Tell
go
me.
with. So that's why we've got it the way it is, not because they were too lazy to build a story first.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So tell me you didn't get excited when you saw Batman in Suicide Squad. That trash movie, right? You didn't get excited when you saw him fight Joker
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
wanted more of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there was
I wanted more Batman, which is why I wanted a Batman movie.
what you were going to get. We were going to get.
That's still happening. It's
See,
not
I
officially
think-
canceled. It's just
But that's what my
a mess
issue.
right now.
My issue is that the execs went with let's just throw them in a movie together
Well,
and then tell his backstory later.
Here's what
That's
I think.
fucking stupid.
Here's why I thought it was smart. Here's why I thought Suicide Squad was a smart idea. Because one of the big problems with the Marvel MCU is when they first started, we didn't connect with villains. We didn't have enough villains. Like Iron Man 1.
It's a Monster of the Week.
Yeah, it was Monster of the Week, and the only villain that we had to even like eventually was Loki. That was many movies. What they tried to do was, boom, here's a movie, 6 villains, 6 fucking villains. Here they are. And then just imagine a couple years from now, we get a Batman movie, and then there's Deadshot. Will Smith pops up. We know who he is now.
It's established.
He's established. We like Will Smith as Deadshot.
Yeah.
We liked Harley Quinn. Nothing. Literally, the actors in the movie, besides Croc, I didn't like Killer Croc.
That's my favorite.
Really?
No.
Fuck! I got so mad.
I got upset.
That's why I said
I
it.
got like, yo, you understand? Croc was like super racist, right?
Yeah, like besides that, the problem of the movie was the actual writing of the movie
Yeah.
And the editing.
and the editing.
Yeah, editing.
But
was
the
cool.
characters, Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie was amazing. Deadshot, amazing.
Yep.
Inferno, dope.
Dude.
He was fucking dope.
When he turned into that giant fucking
Yeah.
A Mayan god.
I even liked Enchantress a little bit.
Sure.
You know, like the scene where she like switched hands. Awesome. There's so many good elements that
So-
they didn't get to. They didn't execute that right.
Yeah, no, so I think DC's issue, maybe more than like critical success, is order. They tried to jump out big guns blaring, and then
They have to,
and then fell backwards. And then it's weird. Like they started Man of Steel, which was
Well, Suicide Squad was
a
their
perfect
Guardians.
start.
Was their attempt at Guardians
Yeah,
filler?
I feel like
success.
Suicide Squad should have come after Man of Steel, not after Batman vs Superman. And I think that a Batman movie should have followed Suicide Squad to give context to Joker.
That's not a bad. Imagine if we'd had Man of Steel, then Suicide Squad, and got that little sprinkle of Batman, and that was it. That'd have got my
Yeah,
flappers
Caleb might have a
flipping.
point. Like, how many single movies did we get before Avengers? Like 5, 6, 7?
5
5 or 6. Yeah,
Both Thors.
Iron Man 1 and 2, Thor 1, Thor 2 was after because Loki dies at the end of Thor 2. Iron Man 1 and 2, Thor, Captain America, and Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk.
So there were no growing pains for.
I think the
DC.
problem with DC was they started behind the 8 ball, just by starting late, and
Yeah, but
and
like-
Marvel's 10 in before they're even 1 in.
This is an unrivaled rivalry.
But yo, when someone
Like,
shows up
we've
to
never had a problem like this where we've had both of the big comic book universes have good or decent movies trying to do the same thing, all competing for our dollars. Like it
We're
used to
just
be.
getting-
It used to be like years between superhero movies. Now we're getting
DC is
2 or
ro-
3 a year.
DC is robbing us. I mean, Shazam looks
Did
amazing.
you say robbing us?
Right.
fuck
Shazam
Batman.
looks amazing. Like it's the logistics. It's
timing.
it's the coaching, right?
Yeah,
Like the
it's-
basketball
yep.
team doesn't play well. The general manager creates a losing franchise. It's not the coach's fault or the player's fault. It's the people who are making the day-to-day operations. It's their fault.
It's an executive.
And
management.
what they've done is they've dumped the team.
Yep.
And then they dumped the manager.
Yeah.
And now all of us are like, oh, they were the fucking problem.
Right, you're the problem.
It was y'all.
Knicks.
You're
Goddamn
not going
Knicks.
to convince me that Will Smith was the problem.
Right.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
No.
Ben Affleck's not a problem.
No, my God.
Henry
no.
Cavill is a great Superman. I don't give a fuck what
I
anyone
loved Ben,
says.
I loved Ben Affleck as Batman.
I love Jared Leto as Joker.
I loved it.
I like Brendan Roth.
Like
as
I
Superman.
can't. Whatever. I can't. Yeah, he's on WB now.
know.
Heroes of Tomorrow. Fuck out of here. Yeah,
Didn't even
it's-
say the name right. It's
it's
such an insult.
whatever, right? You don't watch it.
Nope.
You don't give a shit. What was I
Let's
gonna
roll
say?
right into X-Men then.
Well, yeah.
hang on.
Speaking of executive nightmares,
The last comment
We
I
have
wanted to
10
say on
minutes
that.
left.
The last comment I wanted to say on that was you brought up that like they were behind the 8 ball and they had to dive in, right? But when you're at a party and you've been drinking and your friend shows up 4 hours late
he grabs that bottle.
and he goes straight to the bottle, who has a worse fucking night?
The guy wants to do the battle.
The guy that showed up late and tried to catch up,
Yeah.
right? You show up and you take your time and you have fun, and maybe you don't get as lit as everyone else does before the end of the night, but you can go out the next night and be fine.
And real quick, we have less than a minute to talk about this. I also feel that the it's too pop culture. MCU's too pop culture, so the masses don't digest comics and comic book characters as well as we do. They don't. So a DC wouldn't resonate with them, so they just automatically call it trash, and that's it.
DC could resonate
Does that make
with
sense?
them, though.
Like they're just all pop level, surface level fans who don't know, who couldn't tell you Steve Rogers. You know, like who couldn't tell you basic information.
But look how popular the Dark Knight trilogy was. You had Lucius Fox showing up, and you had like the Falcones, and you had all the Batman characters.
Your people with book bags and lunch pails for their kids didn't buy Dark Knight.
Oh, merchandise. Yes, they did. Yeah, they did.
Not like that.
Kids were dressed up as Batman for years, and Batman was topical because in Dark Knight it was
all about
the
numbers.
The surveillance.
Yeah,
it's all about surveillance in the second one. All about Wall Street collapsing in the third one.
Heath Ledger was too frightening for it to be pop culture. Like that, those movies are too dark to be pop culture. Like for it to be massively for kids.
I mean, 300.
But kids doesn't mean it's pop
huge.
Culture.
Well, I'm just saying, like for everyone, mass consumption. Like everyone's. What I'm saying is,
kids don't buy tickets, though.
is for everyone.
Marvel's Disney. Like
right.
They're Disney movies.
It didn't start that way.
All right, let's move on. We have 10 minutes. Dark Phoenix and X-Men Cinematic Future.
The trailer started good, and then it fell apart halfway through.
I don't think it did.
I found myself looking away. I was like, oh, wait, there's a trailer.
That's your fault.
Okay.
I thought it was amazing.
My opinion doesn't matter.
No, I mean, I'm saying like,
It's not my fault. I got bored. That's the show's
fault. That's your fault.
No, it's not.
It's like
I checked my phone through most of season 1 of Iron Fist. That is not my fault.
All right, you have a point there.
Okay, thank you.
But it's like a 2-minute trailer. You can't focus for
It's
like
4 minutes. It was a long ass trailer.
You can't focus for
just because
it was boring.
Just because your ADD kicked in doesn't mean like it's their fault.
No.
Did you like the trailer?
I haven't seen it.
I thought the trailer was amazing because I like that universe.
Yeah.
I liked what the reboot, and I went this past week. I went and saw rewatched Days of Future Past and Apocalypse this week.
Mm-hmm. Apocalypse did not deserve the shitstorm it got.
Same thing with the DC movies.
Yeah.
But it's not Marvel.
I haven't watched past First Class.
Although Apocalypse did look fucking stupid.
He looked stupid, but he was a guy who played Poe Dameron, and I don't know his names. He was
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. He was a good villain. The Storm is dope, and she's like, I'm excited to see these characters.
Storm, yeah.
Was a Psylocke in this trailer? I don't think I saw her.
I don't know.
I want to see her.
I don't think I saw her.
I'm in love with Olivia Munn.
Texting with Olivia Munn.
Jessica Chobot.
Hopefully she gives me some.
Jessica Chobot's greater than Olivia Munn. As far as geek girls go.
So I'm excited. Now, do you think they should? So it's this is their last hit. This is the end. That's why the name of the song is "This Is the End." Like that's the song they played during the trailer. Mm-hmm. So this is their last movie before it goes over to Disney.
So excited.
It's so exciting, right? So Phase 4, and there's rumors that there's going to be little X-Men in Avengers 4.
Fuck.
There's rumors that there's going to be X-Men in Avengers 4. That's just a rumor. So I want
that theater's going to be insane.
Oh no, like you're not going to be able to understand everything that happens in Avengers 4.
Yo, fucking Cyclops shows up and starts just fucking.
Oh my god, dude!
I'm gonna cream my Huggies.
I mean, the see how excited we are just for the possibility of that merging.
I'm physically stunned at the concept.
Yeah,
I'm at loss for words. That would be amazing.
It'll be one of the illest. It'll be that I'd be okay with Captain America not being there anymore.
If Cap died and Cyclops was like, "Don't worry, I'm here."
Well, because
we all know Cyclops turns into the villain.
Chris Evans is out.
Yeah, that's a publicity stunt, my dude.
Yeah,
I hope so.
They said that. They said that so everyone goes to the last 2 movies.
I hope so.
And then he'll sign a contract in 3 years when they come back. With more.
Now Robert Downey Jr. could be out, and I'd be okay with that.
Robert Downey Jr. could be out as Iron Man. I think there's rumor on the streets they're introducing Ironheart.
Yeah, who's the black chick?
Yeah,
takes over. I'm down.
Female Iron Man. Iron Woman.
What if it was Shuri from Black Panther?
Well, she's gonna in the right now. I'm not sure is it right now or not. I don't know. Recently, she's the queen of Wakanda.
Oh yeah, in the comics.
She and
is that
actually,
right?
I think she becomes a Black.
She's got
Panther.
her own book called Shuri.
Yeah. I think they should keep the current cast of X-Men in the MCU.
That would be really smart.
Yeah,
that would be really. As much as I'd like to see new people, I would love to see these people
grow into it.
Get their just desserts.
They're all news, right? Besides the Professor X and Magneto, they're all like, we don't know them outside of X-Men.
They're pretty fresh.
Yeah. The Storm is good.
And James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender are chef's kiss.
I like that. Yeah, like I would love to see that. Wouldn't you love to see like just that?
Yeah.
Just folded in. Only thing they have to do is get a new Wolverine.
Or don't.
Or not. He's down for it. He doesn't care.
Is Hugh Jackman down for it? Is Hugh Jackman down for it?
He never wants to quit.
Hugh said he would come back if it was Deadpool.
That was not vape.
Like that was just heavy breathing.
That was heavy breathing.
No,
I heard about that.
Hugh Jackman said he would come back for a Deadpool movie.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And Ryan Reynolds has been talking about Hugh Jackman so much in both of those movies.
Yeah.
That like
The first line of Deadpool 2 is "fuck Wolverine."
Right. How about Deadpool in the MCU? Would you want to see that?
Of course, I want it all.
Oh,
I want Venom.
I want to see Deadpool and Captain America together.
I want the Sinister Six.
Apparently, Venom. Tom Hardy is trying to get the that Venom into the MCU.
Oh, well, apparently Tom Holland has been around the Venom set.
Well,
like Spider-Man.
Doesn't Venom come out next week?
Does it?
Yeah.
Well,
I think so.
You can throw a scene in with him in it.
Oh my God. All right.
Apparently, Spider-Man. There's a chance Spider-Man shows up in Venom.
5 minutes left. Science Corner with Ben.
Japan landed a rover on a fucking asteroid and sent back pictures.
That's hard.
It's really cool.
You have the pictures?
I'm hard.
Initial images released on Saturday showed the surface of the dumpling-shaped asteroid, which has the diameter of 3,000 feet.
Is that racist? That Asians landed on a dumpling-shaped asteroid?
That's a good fucking question.
Yeah.
Weird coincidence.
It used its chopsticks like manipulator to.
fucking lying. The rover crashed. It didn't drive well.
Stop it.
There's a 15-frame movie that shows the sun moving across the sky. They called the asteroid Ryugu, and the lander is called Hayabusa. So cool.
Fucking.
But the rover is each about the size of a cookie can, so I guess it's more just like a little tiny robot. Moves by hopping up to 49 feet at a time because of the extremely weak gravity on the asteroid makes rolling difficult. So it looks like the asteroid looks like you just had a barbecue, and you're looking in a dead barbecue pit. That's what it looks like. Just like rocks and dust and shit.
Yeah.
Dope.
Cool.
Pretty neat.
Quick hits.
Movies. Spider-Man.
Movies.
Movies.
When does Into the Spider-Verse come out? Christmas?
Christmas later, yeah.
Fuck, I can't wait for that movie.
That looks great.
Yeah.
What movies have I watched recently? Not much. I watched Spectral on Netflix. It's a movie about fighting ghosts.
Was it good?
Like the military having to like repurpose like UV-based weapons to fight spirits. It's actually fucking cool. It's actually really fucking cool. Watch it. I watched it at Comic-Con. I did not watch it recently, but it's good.
We're watching. We're on the last episode of Iron Fist.
God bless your heart.
I'm on episode 2 of Luke Cage.
That's not topical, but that's what we're watching.
Yeah. I'm not watching anything. I haven't watched any movies. I want to go see Predator, so I'm going to go see that soon. I heard
it was not very good.
Her's getting drugged through the mud, but what Predator movie in the last 10 years hasn't been?
Right.
So,
yeah.
Video games.
Spider-Man. I beat Spider-Man? It a couple days ago. Yeah.
Don't tell me about it.
I won't tell you about the ending, but it's great. It's not the most innovative game in the world, but I can't just swing around and fight crime for like an hour or 2 hours and completely lose track of time.
Yeah, I fought today.
Yep.
Just did crimes.
Yep.
And I had a good time.
Yep.
Getting pretty darn good at it.
There's some things it shouldn't have done. Tried to be Arkham a little too much, but
I mean, it's the
It's hard to do superhero combat and make it fun and not Arkham.
Yeah.
It's more or less the stealth aspects. You're dressed as a clown and you're pulling in mid daylight. You're stealth killing people.
Yeah.
There's things I'm doing right in front of people, and it's the whole the whole gaming thing. Like, you didn't see me do this.
You didn't see me zip line to this light pole above you to get the perch kill.
You're dressed in red, white, and blue. It's broad daylight.
Hey, my guy, go like this.
Yeah.
None of them are wearing hats either, so it's like, oh.
Right.
We're really focused on this never-ending battle with Sable. Like, they're throwing rockets at each other, and no one's getting hurt.
Yeah.
All right, but it's video games, so
Yeah.
grain of salt, right?
All of the grains.
Just so anyone who likes sports games, I'm 90 in NBA 2K, so that's great.
Dope.
You guys don't understand what that means, I'm
No.
sure. My park player.
rating?
Yeah. So you start with 60 and you have to build all the way up. It's not like this huge road to 90, 99. There's millions of people playing this game trying to get to 99. And I got to 90. I'm pretty proud of that.
Dope.
That FIFA 18 trailer looks insane.
But I don't care.
Yeah.
Really?
It's hard to care outside of World Cup time for me.
Interesting.
Like, I bought FIFA 18 because I was so into soccer during the World Cup, and now I'm like, do I buy 19 or do I just play 18 still?
We'll just get the 10-hour free trial and play it
That's true.
a little bit and be done with it.
Music.
I'm listening to a band called, I've got like 3. Tesseract is metal, prog, which they're very good. There's an artist that's only made singles that just came out with an album this week named San Holo. The album's album 1 is the name
Like
of
the
the album.
San Holo?
The San Holo. Yeah, it came out with his first full album, and it's really fucking good.
It's pretty good.
It's really good.
I like him.
And then hip hop wise, there's a small guy named Abi the Nomad, who's really good, and I've had his shit on repeat for like months. But he's on tour, and he's gonna be in Chicago in November, and I really want to go.
Dope. There's a playlist that I'm listening to that I can't find on my iPad, and I was just listening to it in the car. The Edge of Electronic Trap, and I really like that playlist. It's really fucking dope. Also, yesterday I got a chance to listen to a bunch of Shell records. Our friend Sarah, and they're pretty amazing.
Cool.
She's out there in LA doing her fucking thing.
Nice.
It's really, really, really good. And that's Zoo new album.
Yeah, it's all right.
What? Zoo has no.
Yeah, Ringo's Desert. He's an artist who
Changes
has
his
found his sound and is mastering it.
Oh yeah.
And we'll get to see that over albums.
Yeah.
Like it's his sound and it's being very well. He knows he's in his
tooling with it. Yeah.
He's in his pocket.
There's a lot of desert vibes in this album too.
Yeah.
I think he took cultures that might be near deserts and incorporated some of their sounds or instruments, perhaps.
Yeah.
That's the impression I got.
I feel like it's like he always uses his instrument bank, like the same instrument bank, and then he adds something that's not.
And then
but
his-
it's mostly
and then his voice.
It's mostly his framework and it's his voice.
Yeah.
Really good. So, you got anything?
No, just I was gonna say the Zoo album actually.
Oh,
That's
cool.
actually what I was gonna say. It's not my favorite work, but it's definitely something I'll put on the background a lot of times.
Yeah, it's not-
like while I'm cooking or.
I don't think it's better than his last
No.
album, which I really like. He has albums on his songs on his last album that I think are just
Some
absolutely.
of his EPs and stuff too, like the Marrakesh and stuff. And
He's consistently one of my favorite artists. Every
Yeah.
time he drops, ever since the first song I've heard, Generation Y is probably his best album to me.
yeah.
All right,
Oh man, that might be
60
it.
minutes shit
What's the
show.
last one? Oh, that was it.
That's
yeah,
it.
that was it.
Yeah, quick hits.
Tech Supreme. You can find me on social media at Tech Supreme, TECH Supreme. I'm uploading mixes once a week, 30-minute mixes of whatever the fuck I like, on Mixcloud, mixcloud.com/Tech Supreme. Yeah, what you got?
I am Sketch Sawyer everywhere. We're going to have another podcast before now and then, a few of them. I'm having a book launch party at Wizard's Wagon with a bunch of other guests, DJs, beer, all kinds of things. It's a big old launch party thing. October 27th,
Which is a
between like 5 and 8. I don't know what day of the week that is.
Right.
Strategically, it should be, weekend. But yeah.
And our special guest.
Yo, I'm Love Wub everywhere. I've got a podcast I do weekly. We actually going live with that one in 45 minutes. Talk about games. This week we're talking about whether or not games take themselves too seriously. And it's in a discussion along the...
Yes.
All right.
No need to have that topic now. We got it
You
covered.
You might need a new one.
Gotta start over now. But that's all in a discussion that's going to lead towards games being art.
What's the name of your podcast?
The name of my podcast is Bounty Board, and you can find it on iTunes and Stitcher on Google devices.
Who do you do the podcast with? This is a personal question.
No, you're good. I do the podcast with an Xbox buddy, Eric Glass. He's at Hybrid Glass on everything.
Including Twitch.
We play PUBG with him.
Yeah, no, I know who it is.
Yeah.
So how do you guys like video conference?
Yep. Yeah, we do. We use Discord's video chat.
Oh, cool.
And he runs it through his Stream Deck, and he streams with both of our faces on Twitch, and
Okay.
and then I throw the video. The videos Thursday nights. The audio goes up Monday mornings at 11.
Yeah. What's the name of the one more time?
Bounty Board.
Bounty Board.
Bounty Board.
Did you use any of those new graphics yet?
No. We're about to. We're in the process of migrating the stream off of his Twitch into a Nerdy Bits Twitch.
Oh, cool.
So that we'll
All new
have
followers.
all of our own deck and all of that stuff. So
That's exciting.
yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you for listening. Episode 22. Thank you for coming. It was very last minute, and I
Yeah.
do appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thanks for having me.
Yes.
And yeah, we're on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube at the moment. So thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. And see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.
And out.